Hello, sports lovers. Welcome to Met Sports TV. In today's episode of Before the Punch, I'll be reviewing the Yordenis Ugás versus Errol Spence Jr. fight that will be happening at the AT&T Sports Stadium in Dallas. And the fight, Errol Spence is being regarded as the favorite. He has 27 fights, undefeated, 27 with 21 win by KO, zero, no draw, no loss. He has a very rich amateur background, though he did not make it to the Olympics. He is 32 years of age and a southpaw. That means he is a lefty. Let's have a look at Yordenis Ugás' tail of the tape. He is from Cuba, and recently, congratulations to all Cuban fighters. They have now been allowed to take part in professional boxing. 54 Melgron is now the WBA champion, and he has participated in 31 fights, 27 wins, 12 wins via knockout, and 4 losses. And some of the losses, especially the one to Sean Porter, was a very, very, very close one. So now let's look at notable opponents both fighters have been in the ring with. And the first person I would go with is Samuel Vargas. Samuel Vargas, Errol Spence won that fight via around 40 KO. Then Chris Algieri, a former Manny Pacquiao opponent and a former junior welterweight world champion. Then Carl Brook, with whom Errol Spence won his IBF world title, which Carl Brook was coming down from 160 after facing Gennady Golovkin. He came down to 147 to face Errol Spence Jr. Then Lamar Peterson, who was once a junior welterweight. I think I stand to be corrected, but I think that was the last fight. Lamar Peterson, that was his retirement fight. Then Mikey Garcia, who is a 4 division world champion. He beat him via unanimous decision. I picked Manny Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia for that fight, but Errol Spence was just too powerful and too intelligent on the night for him. Then Showtime Sean Porter, but via split decision. I had Errol Spence losing that fight until the round 11 knockdown, which I think tipped the scales in favor of Errol Spence Jr. Then he had a car crash. God being so good, he came out of the car crash and came back and got unanimous decision against Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, who is also a former junior welterweight champion, who has fought all top-level opponents in the welterweight division: Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence himself. So Danny Garcia is a top operator. I think he has fought American too, so he is a very top operator. Now let's look at the notable opponents Yordenis Ugás has faced. Yordenis Ugás has faced Ray Robinson. He won that fight in round 7 via a TKO. Then at a point in time, he took a break from boxing, about 2 years break, as he lost to Amar Imam in that controversial fight. He had a bad taste in boxing. He retired briefly. That fight was, I think, in 2014, and he returned into the ring in 2016. Then he faced Sean Porter, which he lost to Sean Porter. Then Omar Figueroa, he won that fight. So then Manny Pacquiao. These are the noble or notable opponents in which Yordenis Ugás has fought. Now, Yordenis Ugás has also never lost a fight to a southpaw. So that is one thing we should have in mind. Yordenis Ugás has not lost to a southpaw. So let's take a look at how I think the fight would play out. The fight is going to play out in a very tactical manner. Let me look at the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. Both fighters have good jab. Yordenis Ugás does not have power. Errol Spence has power. They both have good footwork. Errol Spence is able to go to the body more than Yordenis Ugás, but Yordenis Ugás has that straight right hand that keeps southpaw. And what else? They both have decent, a good footwork in the ring. Errol Spence's footwork is always underestimated, but this is what I think would happen. There may be a battle of the footworks that may lead us into seeing one person getting a card via a clash of heads. So we may see an accidental headbutt and the fight may not travel the 12 rounds. So it would keep each boxer very competitive in the ring. But I see Yordenis Ugás age 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 a little bit in the latter stage. So this is how I think. I think Errol Spence would not be able to dominate Yordenis Ugás because of his technical abilities, and Yordenis Ugás would keep pumping his straight right hand because the straight right hand is the southpaw killer because he must cut in order to land the left, and Yordenis Ugás has the eraser to that activity that is coming in to land your left punch. But Yordenis Ugás, we all know that the straight right hand will land before a straight level. But Errol Spence has a tricky way of putting people's head in position. After going to the body, he has a way of circling your head around his jab, trying to shift your head to the position in which he wants to land his left. And Errol Spence, though a southpaw, is not a very dominant southpaw. He uses his right hand as equally as he uses his left, and it's going to be, I think, the fight. If it's going to be an inside fight, it would go in favor of Errol Spence Jr. because he is more ripped or more shredded for the fight. He said in the All Access that making the weight has become more difficult with age. So I think he would burn a lot of he would burn a lot of fat in order to make that weight, and I think he is now seeing it just like he said there is no time to waste again. He needs all the big fight. He needs all the big fight. Looking at the two potential career ending accidents he has had, the car crash and the eye and the retinal tear where he bandaged his eye and had surgery. I think he says there is no he must now chase his legacy. Errol Spence is a very big it's a very big welterweight. So I think he would win the inside battle, always trying to keep Yordenis Ugás at bay, or if it happens to be an inside fight, just like Errol Spence, like a scrap, he would go to the body and hit Ugás to the body several times. But Ugás, being a very, very good fighter who can fight both coming front and backwards, he just like in the man Pacquiao fight, he fought on the front foot and just kept money at bay. But money was not the regular money. Money was 42, about 42 years by then, and really he did not have the thing that Manny Pacquiao had. But Ugás, this is what Ugás would be looking to do. Ugás would be trying to pop the jab to keep Errol Spence at bay. Ugás does not have much power, so Errol Spence may not end up respecting him. Keep moving forward and be delivering the body shot. I don't see this fight going the full 12 round. I see a late KO for Errol Spence, and it's going to be between the 10th or the 11th round. It's going to be in the championship rounds of the fight, and what would make the fight very entertaining as the battle of the coaches, the young chap Derek James and Coach Silas, who is a veteran, both tactically good. They read the fight game very very well, and both coach intelligence would be brought to play, but I think Errol Spence's power would just be too much for Yordenis Ugás. Errol Spence's power would just be too much for Yordenis Ugás. Yordenis Ugás at the earlier stage would have an answer to the left, but he doesn't have much power to stop Errol Spence from coming forward. So it will get to a time Errol Spence will not respect the left hand again and would like to take it in order to give one, and that may end up being a KO or a TKO. That would be something. The fight will not go the 12 rounds. I suspect there will be clash of heads and Errol Spence would win the fight. So this is what I think. This is my final prediction. Errol Spence to win the fight via a TKO at the last in the championship rounds. That is from round 11, 10, 11, 12. Errol Spence would be declared victor of the fight. This is my take for that. Whilst you got value for this video, kindly subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and also share so others can enjoy. Remember, there is no limit to greatness. Everything stay positive. Au revoir. Bye bye.